Merci. Merci tout le monde. C'est un grand honneur pour moi de prendre la parole aujourd'hui pour cette journée extraordinaire, d'avoir la force, la passion des jeunes femmes dans cette place. C'est pour moi un moment extraordinaire. I also want to acknowledge that I'm here on the traditional unceded territory of the Algonquin peoples. To them I say miigwech for extraordinary, and to First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people of Turtle Island, thank you for your extraordinary hospitality, generosity, and astonishing patience with colonialism and racism that we will bring to an end in our lifetimes now as soon as possible, because all of you see it and you speak it, and we will tolerate it no longer. Thank you. As a cisgender woman, pronouns she and her, I can't tell you how profound it was to gather here on International Women's Day on the 100th anniversary of women getting the vote. And I could not be more pleased that the Daughters of the Vote moment has come back to Parliament. I thank Equal Voice. I thank the Minister Honourable Member Mariam Monsef for providing funding through the Status of Women Department. This moment for all of you to be here with so much courage, expressing vulnerabilities, expressing your concerns, and I have to say, doing it with so much more dignity and decorum than the people who usually occupy your seats. The speaker here is doing a great job, but I do want to say thanks to my dear friend, the speaker. On normal days, Jeff Regan has more than his hands full with my colleagues. And oh, I should have said, what an honor to be here with the Right Honourable Kim Campbell. And of course, she's right. It's been too long since we've had another woman prime minister, but I did tell her I plan to use that stationery up before you here can take over. But I promised to leave a lot of recycled stationery behind for the next woman prime minister. You know, it's funny, but I just wanted to share a funny little anecdote with you, because you know, when we talk about having a woman prime minister, it shouldn't be something that people have to adjust their mind to, right? A friend of mine in Norway told me the story of a friend of hers, so I guess a little extended. But for many, many years, the Prime Minister of Norway was a medical doctor, a very terrific, strong woman named Gro Harlem Brundtland. And she was Prime Minister for so long that when she stepped down and they were running for who's going to be within her party, who's going to step up to run the party to become potentially the next Prime Minister. And the mother in Norway was talking to her little girl about the people who were running, and of course there were several men running, and the little girl said to her mother, "Mommy, do you mean a man could be Prime Minister?" Pour tout sauver, le seul Premier ministre était toujours Madame Gro Harlem Brundtland. C'est une idée vraiment bizarre d'imaginer un homme qui peut faire ce rôle comme ça. Alors, you have spoken so passionately about so many issues, and I just wanted to say that it speaks so clearly to the power of young women to identify real problems and speak to them from your hearts. Whether we were canvassing here today issues of rights for refugees, Islamophobia, mental health, the terrible threat of suicide, which is so much profoundly worse in Inuit communities where it's the worst, in young people right across Canada. We lack basic mental health supports. We need to face that and end the lack of support. You spoke of mental health and the cost of $8,000 a year to stay alive. These issues of concern must become issues in the next federal election. So keep using your voice. I appreciated enormously that and I hope I remember, Miramichi Grand Lake, yeah, gotcha. Thank you for helping us with Megan. Also, Souris Moose Mountain and Montagny, Lisette, Kamouraska, Rivière-du-Loup, and Souris Moose Mountain all spoke to the profound perversity of our current voting system of winner-take-all, riding by riding. Notre système de scrutin actuel de vote majoritaire uninominal à un tour, I think that's it. No one actually says that. All my francophone friends say, we just say le système actuel. Mais c'est vraiment contre les buts d'une vraie démocratie. Every time you have to think about, as these wonderful daughters of the vote have told us, how you're going to vote, not based on what you want to see in Parliament, but what you don't want to see, and you try to figure out, okay, I'm now going to get a headache trying to figure out how to vote because I don't want that particular leader getting more seats than I'll take, you know, the lesser of two evils, or even the evil of two lessers. But I don't get to vote for what I want. So we're watching the voters in Prince Edward Island take the issue up again. And aussi, c'est vraiment important de mentionner que le Premier ministre de Québec a fait un engagement profond vers changer le système de scrutin de vote au Québec immédiatement sans référendum. So we know we're on the move in this country to get to fair voting. To the member for Cardigan, bravo. I just wish Bill C-81 met all the needs and aspirations of people who need barriers removed in this country. And to Caribou Prince George, and I know your actual member who is sitting there for Caribou Prince George wanted to say, good job. You know, when you speak to the disproportionate presence in our prison system of marginalized women, of indigenized women, guess who isn't disproportionately represented in our prisons? White-collar criminals, white men, they seem to disproportionately be in the corridors of power, but I move on. What we need to talk about as women now in this place, and I thank you for it. Oh, I almost forgot. The member for Beaulieu-Chambly, merci mille fois pour ton discours passionné pour les questions de changement climatique. C'est une vraie crise et elle a mentionné le travail de Greta Thunberg. I hope you all know Greta Thunberg. Right now, I mean, people might think I'm a climate leader. There is no climate leader on this planet who can hold a candle to that 16-year-old schoolgirl in Stockholm who's not yet old enough to vote and who is leading a movement of millions. I was last night at a UBC lecture with Bill McGibbon, who founded 350.org, and he said the problem with politics is, in relation to climate change, is generally what you want to do is find a compromise. If you start over here and you find some place to land in the middle, you should be okay. He said the problem is with climate change, there's no room for compromise because what we're really debating is humanity and physics. And in that, physics isn't interested in us. There is no compromise. There's only doing the right thing while we still have time, which means the election in 2023 is too late. Only the election in 2019 can deliver the climate policies that save us, because getting to a good climate solution slowly is just another way of losing. We need to save ourselves now. n'est pas trop tard maintenant, mais le temps presse. Et aussi pour moi, le temps presse. I just wanted to say, as I walked in here and experienced a wonderful Daughters of the Vote moment again, I know that we opened with honor songs. I don't know if anyone mentioned the name of the first honor song that was sung, but it's well, I shouldn't sing in front of everybody, but you know, what the hell. Hey, hey, yaki-ya-ho, yaki-ya-ho, hey, hey, yaki-yo. I was taught that song by my friend Audrey Siegel. She's Musqueam, and you all own it now. It's called Woman Warrior Song. You are women warriors. Don't stop now. Thank you.